What's up, everybody? Murtag B here, and I'm excited today to bring you some updates from Call of Duty with some much needed patch notes to balance the current state of the game. We're presently in Season 6, and this is the October 11th update. But before we get into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon so that you don't miss any upcoming Call of Duty news, tips, and more. All right, let's just jump straight into, we're on the Call of Duty blog. We're going to just walk through the patch notes real quick here. So first and foremost, as you can see, we are working on Wednesday, October 11th's patch notes. And number one, operators. So the Gaia operator, which is the Nova skin, is getting a nerf. If you haven't been aware, the Nova skin has been being used in order to camouflage yourself when you're using the non-black cell version of the basically Groot skin is what we've been calling it. I personally have not been guilty of that at all in my previous streams where me, Star-Lord, and the Mitch were running around as a trio of trees hiding. But that has been nerfed. So they added some base skin effects to reflect the same level of visibility as the black cell version. We are also getting a handful of bug fixes. Players won't get kicked back to the main menu for viewing some finishing moves. Incorrect unlock criteria for some finishing moves. Random spawn skin could be equipped to the operators tab. And the operators finishing moves could become reset. So those are all issues. I know there was an issue as well. It doesn't look like it's been addressed here of loading into DMZ and your finishing moves and whatnot not being appropriately affected or applied, I guess would be the proper terminology there. So who knows? Weapon balancing. So the Castoff 545 has received a buff with a mid damage increase. The 762 has received a balancing, you could say it. Your close damage range and your mid damage range have been decreased, but your neck damage and your upper torso damage multipliers have been increased. So I think the Castoff 762 is going to stay long range meta, which is nice. It is to be seen if that will be the case. The 74U has received a close damage range increase and a close mid damage range increase. So I wonder if we're going to see maybe a 74U sniper support. Maybe. That'd be kind of cool. The Lockman 556 has received a close damage increase, a close mid damage increase, a head damage multiplier decrease, and a neck damage multiplier increase, as well as an upper torso damage multiplier increase. So the Lockman 556 has definitely been buffed outside of the headshot multiplier, which isn't really that big of a deal, to be honest. So this is definitely going to move up in the ranking, which is nice because there's a lot of 556s on the ground, especially in Vundel. So hopefully we get the opportunity to utilize that in some of our streams upcoming. The M13B has been nerfed with a close damage range nerf. The TR-76 Geist has had a close damage decrease, a neck damage multiplier decrease, and an upper torso damage multiplier decrease. I think that is going to take the Geist out of the running for any kind of meta at all. The recoil is pretty heavy on the Geist, so possibly that will be the end of that. Submachine guns. The ISO 9mm has received a far damage decrease, so won't be as good at distance, but I think close range it is still going to shred. Lockman sub has received a close damage decrease, but your head damage multiplier and your neck damage multiplier have been increased. Decreasing the close damage, I think, is going to take the Lockman lower in the possibility to be meta. I think the ISO 9mm will be more the way to go for that close range attack plan. Lockman Shroud, burstfire neck damage multiplier has been decreased, and the burstfire upper torso damage multiplier has been decreased. I personally don't like the Lockman Shroud anyways. This isn't that big of a loss to me, and seeing this get nerfed is no skin off my back. Miniback has received a close damage range increase. That's interesting. I do find there's a lot of mini backs on the ground in Warzone. So same with MX9s, which we'll touch on in a second. But the mini back, there is a decent amount of them out there. And you know what? I think it's been a viable gun for some time. So maybe this will make a good sniper support weapon as well. The MX9 has received a close mid damage increase. A close mid damage range has been decreased, but the neck damage multiplier was increased. So that's kind of cool. So the MX9 having your close range being increased and your neck damage multiplier being increased is going to make it a faster TTK for that close range combat. But it's also receiving a close mid damage range decrease, so it's not going to be as effective in that close to mid damage range. So I guess we will see what happens. The big one, the big cajone right here, the thing we've all been waiting for and dying for and just praying for probably about at least a week now for me. This Lockwood 300 dual trigger, close damage range decrease, close mid damage range decrease. This should take the Lockwood 300 out of the single shot, one shot kill Warzone play. It will still be devastating in multiplayer because as it's set up here, all of these weapon balancings only reflect in Warzone. So we are going to probably still experience just absolute chaos. If you like shipment 24/7, that Doom shotgun is just a shredder. We will probably still be experiencing that, but I think we are seeing a good direction with the nerf of this. Hopefully we don't see this gun anymore on Vondel, on Nashika, on Warzone, because personally, there's nothing more frustrating than this one shot down at that close of a range and not being quick scoped by a sniper. Personally, that's just my opinion on it. I mean, if it wasn't such a spread, if you had to use like slugs or something where it was more like a sniper shot, but it was only one shot to the head and not just to the body, you know, that would make a huge difference to the way this works. But being that it's the way it was one shot body, basically upper torso and up, then it's just I was tired of this. So I'm really happy to see this. For you ranked players, they are getting rid of the SR points exploit. So be careful. Also, as per this statement, they'll continue to monitor Warzone ranked play to maintain integrity and stability. If you are found utilizing things like this in ranked play, you can actually have your entire account banned, and banned fast. People take ranked play very seriously, so it's important that you just, you know, play with integrity, but have fun. And the last bug fixes, DMZ operators being able to, fixed an issue preventing DMZ operators from changing and customizing their operators when you're using a controller, and fixed an issue where equipping a finishing move does not replace a previously equipped finishing move in DMZ. Okay, that's what I was talking about earlier that I had heard about. I have a friend who plays a lot of DMZ, and I had heard that that is a thing that is going on. So glad to hear that they got that fixed. And really, those are your patch notes for Call of Duty Season 6, October 11th patch notes. Thank you so much for tuning in. And like I said earlier, you want to stay up to date on the latest news, content, and Call of Duty action. Make sure to hit that sub button and turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss anything. And we'll catch you guys in the next one.